There we go. Now we're back. Am I even on the right team? Yeah, I'm on the right team. Okay. I couldn't remember if I had transferred or not yet. So, maps. Oh, that's right. Halloween started. Dude, we should do a couple. You have OJs on. Oh, you already know because we're all here. Red BL has OJs. I'm gonna go find out who it is. Let's go see what's going on over here. A T3 Lord. What are you gonna do? Realm on me? Soul Beast? I'm not that worried about it. Those are not OJs on Lord, though. Those are fight OJs. So who's in here? It just flipped. Okay. They're going for the portal, but it's not theirs. So we're gonna dismount. It's Magi. Good trap. I'm out of shroud already? What happened? Holy cow. Who's hitting me? Is it you? Ooh, what is doing damage to me right now? Somebody using rapid fire? I mean, I was also like standing in traps. I didn't think it was that bad. Okay. I'm glad I could help contribute to this. This is a sentry defense because it's currently our colors, so we don't need to do anything with that. Wizard's Vault, hello. There we go. Guy who's so used to people hiding offline that he just assumes that he can't whisper you. I don't think I've ever pressed the I'm gonna pretend to be offline button. It just seems like weak mental. Yeah. Yeah. They were fighting Magi from what I could tell. Dude, I love that I'm a forum people now. Oh, red is here too. Whatever, I'm just gonna like cast spells or whatever. Good interrupt. I can't be mad about that. Probably like don't stand in traps when we're that small. I'm gonna follow this other purple tag because it seems like he has more enemies near him. Also, you guys look like you're doing fine over there. There's so many more people here. Pulling on arrow, pulling on arrow. They don't have stab. Neat. Y'all gotta use boons, man. Coming to help, I'm coming to help. Dropping wells on you. Second pull, second pull. They still don't have... Okay, they do have stab now. They invented stability. They've done it. Dude, it's freaking me out how many people have said hi to me, and then when I mouse over their name, it does not pop their account name up, which means that I'm not in the same guild as them. Oh, okay, I do know him. I do know him. But, like, there's also this person in team chat. Like, I know who Grim is. It's not Grim, it's Miss Crusher Rem. I don't know who that is. It's freaking me out, man. There's too many people who know me here. I gotta transfer. I have to hide offline. Remember to set your Halloween reward track if you like gambling, by the way. I just like gambling. Yeah, I think so. Where is it? Halloween reward track. Yeah. I think I still have 18s on my commanders, so I should probably, like, send some of those over to him. Commander, where are we going? What is the plan? I just don't know what he's doing. Also, SHW is asking if you needed help on this map. I did tell them no, but if you want to try and fight something with, like, SHW instead of Sin, or if Sin tags down, that's an option as well. Oh, it's a big group. Come on, just blow this back line up, man. Just blow this line up. No, we're not gonna make it out of here. That's my fault for just, like, not being on tag at the start, to be honest. I got distracted by Whispering Shippy. So actually, it's his fault. I'm not gonna take responsibility for that. I'm gonna blame Shippy. Okay. Hey, we could probably kill that ARS group alone. We had so many downs. It's ours, though. Like, there is, but it's ours, so... Everybody lived. There was something about an E waypoint. They do have a waypoint here. 1 hour, 26 minutes, 14 yaks. We are currently outnumbered on this map, Commander. Magi is green, yes. So Magi is green, and then ARS plus Val is red. Still no waypoint poll. There you go. Also, if you make one post in initiative, you can go back to ignoring it for like the next 6 months and avoid the purge. Yeah. No, I pick 1 week where I'm like, I'm going to read initiative and I'm going to contribute to discussion posts and I'm going to avoid getting called. And then I just go back to ignoring it. Oh, shit. Resing? Hey, the discussion quality on initiative has been going downhill lately. E-waypoint here, by the way. E-waypoint. Probably don't need that anymore. Although they haven't pulled Dragon Banner, which is kind of interesting. Wells here. Holy shit, that's a lot of people. He's going back in. It's a little scary. Nightfall here, Nightfall. Jesus. Do you want me to give SHW a ring? Let me turn... Shippy is SHW's commander. Atros doesn't command a ton anymore. It's mostly Shippy now. Also, he moved recently, so like he really doesn't play much anymore. How big were they? Does anybody have Fightbot running? Okay. I also need to turn on Discord bot. There we go. Okay. Alright, fight bar running now. Now we'll know how big they are. Who fucking died? Oh, it's a green, never mind. Yep, here they come. Is X focus what I want to be doing here? Or do I want to do spear? I think I want to be doing X focus here because I'm not convinced that I can just get into melee with them and stack there. SHW in camp right now, it looks like. Are you showing tag? Okay. I'm coming down. Huge dots behind. I'll scout. Oh, it's bomb. That's bomb. That was bomb. That is Night Fury. The ring's up. We're gonna lose it. Do you want me to troll it? I'm trolling the ring, man. I'm trolling the ring. I'm trolling that dang ring. Let's just move out of the tracks and stay here. Good scout, good scout, good scout. I just want to make sure we don't, like, look stupid in front of our new friends. Do this hero. I just see one person drop down behind that gate. Do I see anything back here? No. Well, they've got E waypoint in 12 minutes, so they better run fast if they want to defend it. It's had white swords for a long time. And they know that we were catting the gate, so we may want to try and make OJs on a gate so that they know that there's a little more pressure. Successful camp defense. It definitely takes bomb or SHW also contributing. Okay. That was cunning tactics. I don't want to kill loader too fast, so I'm going to go get nodes. I'm helping. I'm helping, I'm helping, I'm helping. I attack the Lord, I attack the Lord. How long? I hit the Lord like twice, I made OJs. See, you got OJs, complainer. I should put minions. Do minions contribute to OJs? Like if I summon a minion and then I go to get nodes, but the minion's still hitting the NPC? Oh, They should make a Necro minion that can get nodes for you. Yes. No! Why? Why would Eris leave? God, we are gonna have to throw fucking Gary to pull him back here. Earthkeep isn't like the worst Gary to hit, but I see your point. I'm auto-attacking. I'm doing my part. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really? Oh, I thought you were saying they nerfed the JP. Yup. It's Sylvie with a quick high. Dismount? Oh, never mind. We're fine. We have Windfall. Dawn's Eerie, lots dots. Is that where Sin went? Bluebeal? Hmm. But is that where, like, can we get there or is Sin there? Fuck. Okay, so we probably can't get everybody in there. Content's been good, I guess. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, skip tower, go straight Gary. Oh, never mind. So we could go to blue. Mm-hmm. This way works. Definitely healer, I think. Homebeal got red and green Zerg. They're both up. We're good. Alright, now we see if red wants to come and visit. I don't understand the joke. I don't block people. I think that's intellectually dishonest. Yeah. Yes, because Sin tagged down and there's like 100 people there for enemies. So if we flip this uncontested, we probably just go blue. It's pretty sad, but... Yeah, what do you mean? I don't think that person knows what they're talking about. It's gotta be fake. Because Sin was just there. Yeah. Unless Sin didn't actually tag down. Because Othello is still online. Yes. I don't think they're going to respond to this. Who the hell is on blue if it's queued then? Is it night? Magic's? Yeah, it's Magic's. Magic's is trying to go there. Ugh. We could go EBG. It hurts so much worse when a group kills you and then they leave. Like ARS ran us over at air and then they're like, nah, we're not gonna stick around for it. Magic's is night. Enormous guild. We will not get in. Mm-hmm. If I see one more person scout reds inside Gary in team chat, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's a queued map and it's been called for like 10 minutes. We know, okay? I know that there's reds inside Gary. Big red on green BL, RAR dead. Like 30, no, that's the wrong person. But also green is queued. That's true. You got trolled. That's what happens when you take a break for too long, I fear. You forget the basics. Whatever. That's just like your opinion. Pause, champ. Pause, champ. It is dead. Let's go. And they're our size. No, he was. He definitely was. He definitely was. They look about our size. They veiled. They also have banner. It's a couple down. You can get a couple fears. I think we killed the banner. Pulling in front. You. Get him. Oh, that's hot. Let's get out of there. Come on, any downs? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, we got one. We got two. I think they dropped. Yeah, they dropped out. They're just hiding in a pillar. I'm stacking. Yeah, E-waypoint. They're coming across the bridge now. They don't look that big. Nothing. Okay. Nightfall here. There we go. Got one. Convert that chrono. Good. We drop Shroud now. Oh, that's hot. See if you can spike that Spectre. Not quite. Give me a little heal. Uh-oh. It was bad. I'm just gonna get into Shroud and camp. I feel like I need the life force. Yeah, there's the pop. Too big. Enemy player's 19? No, that's super old. They've got a big alliance. They can get bigger. They can do the same thing we can. Now, but like, they can do the same thing we used to be able to do. Yes. It's that dead. Alright, let's see what this fight report says. Because they're definitely bigger. I just want to know how much bigger. I missed the notes, I'm an idiot. Yum. Bedbot? You spitting stuff out? It just detected the file, okay. Dude, you guys slow tonight, man. Yeah, just don't click on it. Mm-hmm. There we go. All right, dead is 15. We were 18 plus 2. So it's actually pretty close. Starting Greatsword. Look for a Veil. Just a clone. Just dodge back a little bit. Kite this Veil out. Alright, what else at the front? That's gonna be a pretty shitty Nightfall, but we got one of them. That's a crazy air signet. Or at least I assume it's an air signet. Because there's nothing else that teleports down. I got pulled in. I'm not fine. I'm fine. I really wish that I had Shroud ready. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just never mind. We're good. We're chilling. We feasting. Dude, somebody spiked there. It was not me, but somebody spiked that spot hard. Alright, well, I didn't really do anything, but we won. It's literally... Well, it's 15v20, so I guess it's like a little on the edge, but still. They're down a party, which is rough at this size. It's okay. He'll find 5 more people and then we'll have good fights. He is a little too small to handle this right now. Yeah, we don't own Firekeep right now. We don't... Yeah, we're not sure yet, but some of the specs look pretty strong. Yeah. You could probably just wait, honestly. I mean, even if there's, like, a profession in the new expect that looks good, like, there's still options that you can play that don't need it. Right. No, we haven't heard anything about new relics yet. Hard to imagine them making a stronger relic than Caracosa. Yeah. If we go for support, we're not going to kill anything, though. Roll 1, roll 2, burn a tail, drop wells, pulls in our wells. Spiteful Spirit, spin. You're in hell. But it looks like you managed to live. See if you can spike this Kata. Is that might be... No, that's not Pancake. Pancake would be tagging FRL. He's on Druid, I see him. I see him in there. Go down. I can't dive that deep. He's diving that deep. I'm going in. They're trying to go through us. There we go. Easy peasy. Yeah, I don't... There's that, but also nobody runs for support by choice. You only run for support when there's something in the meta that spikes so hard that you need for support to live through it. Like, you only run enough support that you need to live, and then everything else is damage. That's always the way people have comped. Yeah. There was also that. Well, that was also the same meta when you had, like, Selly Firebrand, Selly Renegade, Selly Scourge. So you had, like, you know, 7.5 players in a 5-man party because Selly was so strong. Yeah. No tactics. $47, no tax. No, he's just cracking the eggs and he's pouring them into his mouth raw. He just needs the shells. That's funny. That's real funny. Dots. Dots, dots, dots. They're right in front. Ooh, they're getting real close. Just 5 uwu on them. Good line. This guy's fucked. He's in hell. Oh, you're so freaking lucky. And you're a scourge? That's so sad. Do I think this is gonna work? Yeah, well, maybe, actually. Kinda worked. And then they're gonna go through us. Convert this down. Pull. Nightfall. Lich. Kill Pancake. Destroy Pancake. They have projectile reflex. This is not where you want to be for Lich 5, I'll tell you that. Get him. I think they're all just dead under us. The Lich 5 is disgusting when you're just fighting somebody in a choke, man. Holy cow. Also, my mic seems like it's peaking a lot. Let me try turning it down a little bit and see if that helps. Is that better? Or is that just volume? I'll take a look at it. Mic seems very peaky right now, though. See if I can fix it a bit. Green squad now on map at Parched Outpost, mixed guilds. That's not our spawn tower, but it's near our spawn. There's like one RX person nearby us, and we never claim, so. Yeah, that's Lithy. Lithy alt account. Fake Lithy. Yeah. Oh shit, we're over 1,000. Hold on. What do we have that we still need to buy for this season? We got the legendary kit. Should probably get like some mystic coin bags. Build storage expansion would also probably be pretty good. Oh, we haven't gotten any of our clovers yet either. Good lord. Okay. Mystic bags first. Take these. Wherever those went. Maybe don't do this like right now. Just focus up. This is like real fights. Dodge left one, pull in tail. Well, it's tail. They're gonna push into it. I'll just nightfall here. And then we'll just cleave here. Hey, they're all in our wells. And do not use your shout to me. Don't do it. They're gonna drop here. Watch for pulls. I feel like that's pullable. Earth Elemental's RI for 2 minutes. No, they drop down. Yeah. That, Grim? Grim is a trustworthy scout. Oh, that was Rosie. That's RX guild leader, also trustworthy person. Yes. No. Chef is not trustworthy enough to believe ever. I hate that guy. EBG requesting backup as well. Zick. EBG requesting backup. Logro? What's up, Logro? Hello. Oops, is it upon the battle grounds most eternal? Verily. In thy scouts include thy guild tag and thy numbers. This is a long ways, yeah. EBG 40 red. Ooh. Killed him. Northeast tower Catawall is open. She's right. Oh, it's a free tower. Saw my stream title piqued your curiosity. You came back after 2+ years of not playing it. You never played World vs. World. It seemed excessively complicated to you. It can be. It's a sandbox. So it's kind of like, it's as complicated as you make the experience. You can, like, join a competitive guild and you can get super sweaty, and then, you know, you can have it be a very complex thing, or you can just join, like, a big, you know, PVX guild that's like, hey, we're gonna do, you know, a World vs. World night. We're just gonna run around and, like, capture a couple towers, and we're gonna hang out and socialize. Now, if you're running in that kind of guild, every once in a while you might come across a group that's, like, good at fights, and they just run over you, but you have 4 different maps that you can pick from, and they're big enough that if you want to try and avoid people and just have fun, you generally can. So it's very much like, it's what you make of it. Ooh, good veil. I'm just gonna drop here and, like, dodge a bunch. Chill here, maybe. Pulls on the tail. Oh, I want that down. I can't get that down, though. Take me over to, like, here. Work this Spectre. You should be able to focus the Spectre down. Yeah, there you go. Good air signet. Can I pull on him? I can't pull on him. Oh. It's okay. I can just Nightfall here. You're so low. I'm so low. Please. 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 You have Wells 5. Take Wells 5. That's good downs. Convert all these. One of them's Pancake. Clear that out. Get him. Whoop. Good pull. I'll just drop Wells on your backline. I'll get insanely greedy with a Nightfall. And then I'll just, like, chill here inside you because I trust my support. Dude, I got pulled straight to their backline, man. That was crazy. That was fine, though. Guy lived. If they're pulling me and not you, that's fine. Also, I killed Pancake. Anytime I see that FRL Druid tag, I'm like, oh, spinal shivers. Went in an hour ago, and you're pretty sure you're on red team. So there's 4 teams. There's 4 different tiers. When you win a match, you move up a tier. When you lose a match, you move down a tier. If you are on the Throne of Balthazar team, then you're in this matchup right now. If you're in any of the other 3 matchups, then you're going to be a different red team than this red team. And you can check what tier you're in. The best way that I use is just Guild Wars 2 Mists. Also, if you're EU, you're going to be in a completely different set of matches entirely. But it's like 4 a.m. in EU, so I'm assuming you're NA. Yeah, here's all your tiers. So those are the current NA matches. If you're a red team right now, you're either on Mugaloo, Hall of Judgment, Mosswood, or Throne of Balthazar. Oh, if you're EU, just change the NA to EU at the end. So that would be this. Those are your teams. So you actually have 5 tiers, because there's more people who play Guild Wars 2 in EU than there are in NA. But, like, mechanically, it's the same. So you're totally fine to watch, because we're not even in the same region right now. And even if we were, like, even if you were on the same team, you can still watch. It's fine. If I was worried about people, like, scouting and spying, I'd be running a map cover, and I'd be playing with, like, a 30-second stream delay and all that kind of stuff, but, yeah. If people want to come to fight our group, that's good, in my opinion. It means we have more stuff to fight. You're 5 on that list? Okay. So the only thing that matters for tiers is who you actually fight. It doesn't mean anything about the rewards that you get from the game mode. It's not like you get better rewards if you're in a higher tier or anything like that. You still get the same level of rewards. It just changes who you see in the rest of your matches. So if you're at the bottom of the bottom, you'll be fighting other people who are also the bottom of the bottom. So it's like sort of skill-based matchmaking. Kind of, except the grain size is really, really big. But as far as your rewards to track, especially if you're just starting out, number 1 is make sure you're running boosters. You have a whole separate progression track in World vs. World. It's going to be under your rank and abilities tab. These are like your PvE masteries. They're going to update and add extra functionality to World vs. World for you. Some of the big ones to grab are going to be things like gliding mastery. Here lets you glide, otherwise you can't like use your glider. Warclaw mastery lets you use your Warclaw, and then Provisions Master 4 lets you auto loot. So you want to keep an eye out on those. And then you have 2 separate tracks for rewards. Your first track is going to be your participation, which is the chest above your map on the bottom right. You want to keep that at tier 6 as long as you can. And then every 5 minutes, as long as this is above tier 3, you get extra progression points added to your reward tracks, which is 3rd tier in your World vs. World tab. So you can get extra skins from these, items. I'm running the Halloween track right now just because I can gamble on trick-or-treat bags. You could sell them if you wanted to as well. So those are your reward tracks. And then the other set of rewards that you have is here in your pips. You work through these chests slowly over time, and you get different numbers of pips based on what you've been doing in the game mode. So right now, because our world has the most war score, I'm getting +6. Because of my World vs. World rank, I'm getting another +7. And then because I completed wood in the previous week, I'm getting another +1. So every 5 minutes, I'm getting 13, I'm getting 14 pips. Those get added to my little markers down here, and then they finish these chests, which give me rewards. I think I crashed. Hold on. We'll be right back. Not distracting me at all, by the way. I can multitask on this, but we did crash, so I'm gonna have to spin that back up again real quick. I should probably figure out what's doing that. Maybe I should update Arc. You tried to capture a camp and got rolled by the guards. So you can solo a camp. You might need to run a bit of like a tweak on your build. But you can definitely solo a camp. What profession are you playing? I think it's actually an arc problem. I need to go update arc all the way. Let's go get the new arc. Download that. Yeah, I crashed. I'll be back. I think it's an arc issue. I'm going to update it quick. Well, I hadn't updated for like a month. Oh, there's an update to the heal add-on too? Oh, okay, I'll go do that as well then. Alright, let's go find the heal add-on too. I don't remember how to install this thing at all. Okay. I'm just confused because I don't see it in my install right now. So I know it's running because I can see my heals. But this is where it's supposed to go. Maybe that explains why we've been crashing. So you go here. I know that you can't like see any of this, but trust that I'm working on it. Ranger, Berserker, Soul Beast. Okay, so you definitely have some good builds that you can play among those professions. Crashed immediately, huh? What if we get rid of that? So this is, there's two different kind of like styles to World versus World, I guess you could say, that you can play. You have roaming, which is more like solo builds, like self-sustained builds that are suited for either like dueling people or doing small scale content. And then you also have Zerg builds, which Zerging is what we're doing right now, where we've got like 20, 30 people in squad and we're all just kind of following each other along and fighting other big groups. Depending on what you're doing, you're going to have different builds. So World versus World Zergs and World versus World groups are all about synergy across professions and across parties. You have builds that are highly specialized for damage, and you have builds that are highly specialized for support. And then across a squad, or across a party, they all kind of help each other function. Like on my build right now, I'm not running any stability at all. And that's because all of my stability is coming from my firebrand. My firebrand is responsible for stab on all 5 of my party members. Whereas if I were playing a roaming build, I don't have a pocket firebrand with me. So I would need to run a little bit of stability myself. Is the general like way that you probably want to think about approaching that. You guys can, that's fine. This is just like, they're doing small scale stuff. They're having a fun little like 2v2 or 2v3. I'm not going to interrupt them doing that. I'm just going to go back to my tag. It's not the kind of content I'm doing. They look like they're having fun. Let's just go and get back to tag. Don't know anyone, so you have to go the first ones? It depends. If you see a tag on your map, you can usually join that squad. They'll give you instructions for like how to join Discord comms in their squad message. So you can hop on and you can like listen to the commander, tell people what to do, like move left here, move right here, get ready to spike, there's a group coming up from behind. Like being in comms just kind of helps you pay attention to everything that's going on behind you or around you, so it's not so chaotic. But if you can't find a tag or like no tag is running, then you can roam and you can do like solo stuff. So it depends on what else is going on, like in the game mode. If there's a tag up, then you can follow that tag along. If there's not a tag up, then, you know, you're kind of on your own. Hey, how'd you get into this, by the way? The gate's repaired. Do you have a port or whatever? I'm about to lose all my leaps. I'm going to pass away. Yeah, this is going to be pretty bad. Maybe I can still get to you. No, I'm not going to be able to get to you. Rip. You guys have fun in there. I'll catch you on the other side. The portal was a little too slow. Alright, maybe we should go get involved in that little, like, 3v3 that was going on in the camp. But on any of those professions that you listed, like, the Ranger definitely has good world versus world builds for groups and solo. Warrior definitely has good builds for groups, and some probably for solo. No, man, I didn't believe. I ran away. Oh, okay, you've got one Ranger and Berserkers, the stats on your got it. Okay. Yeah, there's also a specialization named Berserker for Warriors. So if you're... The problem that you're going to have with Berserker is that Berserker is full glass DPS. So it doesn't really have any kind of sustainability. On my build, I'm running Marauder as an alternative. It's the same stats as Berserker, except it also has a little bit of vitality on it, and it just gives me that little bit of extra health so that I can kind of tank my way through things. But also I'm playing a Necromancer, so I've got like a big beefy shroud on top of my active defenses as well to just help keep me alive through stuff. The point is that if you get a little more defensive, if you set up something like, you know, Marauder or Demolisher or something like that, you set up a little more, like, defensive statting, you should have an easier time being able to, like, flip camp solo, for example. I'm back. Alright, so, this is Zerg v Zerg, right? This is our squad here. We've got, 18 in squad right now, and then we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just random green players around us. So like if you were on our team, you could just be one of these random green players who's standing near the tag and kind of following along, but not in comms and not in squad. Which is okay, but it means you're not really going to have access to any support. You're not going to have stability, you're not going to have heals, you kind of have to bring all that stuff yourself if you want to get it. And then we're going to go and fight a second group that is basically doing the same thing. They've also got a party of like, 20 or 30. They've got specialized roles in their squads, and we're just going to put ourselves against them and see who does a better job. So our commander is going to be doing things like calling for a spike. We're going to use our Well of Corruption and Well of Suffering for that. Our primary job is boon removal. We also remove boons with Nothing Can Save You. And then we do like big damage in Shroud as well. This guy's way off stack, so we can get some of them, but they're veiling into us, so we're just going to run away a bit. They're going to probably get those downs back up, because they pushed us off of them. We're going to watch for them to turn here. Here's the turn. So we're going to drop all of our damage here, because now they're just standing in all of our damage, and we're going to spike there, and then we're going to push into it. So we kind of tricked them into pushing into our damage a bit, and then we got a bunch of downs out of it. But this is a good group that we're fighting, so that's not going to be enough to kill them. Now we're looking for like random players who are off stack that we might be able to kill. Like this guy's way off tag. We're just going to focus on him. This guy's way off tag. We're going to focus on him. Let's just get this guy converted. You have wells in 5, by the way? Ah, we're not going to need them. Looks like they popped over here with the rest of our main group. We just cleave the rest of this stuff out. So the single fights are more about like individual survivability, where you're like, I want to make sure I have enough defenses that I'm able to, you know, live through whatever my opponent is bringing. But the group fights are all about synergy. The group fights are about, let's get a couple people on support, let's get a couple people on damage, and then let's have one commander, tonight our commander is Zik, who's saying, okay, I want all of my damage to use their skills now. And then because we use all of our skills at the same time, we punch through whatever defenses the enemy group has. If we position wrong, then they get a ton of free kills out of it. If they position wrong, then we get a bunch of free kills out of it. So there's like a meta level to it where we're also trying to position a bit. We're trying to get our cooldowns mismatched. We're trying to gain some kind of tactical advantage over an entire enemy group rather than just a tactical advantage over a single player. Would it be good going to have a roaming build be near a tag? Yeah, for sure. Like, if you're going to stand near a tag, but you're not in that squad, and you're not benefiting from any of their support, you definitely want to make sure that you have a build that's a bit more survivable. But you also want to make sure that you're staying near that tag, because you saw in the last fight, you'll have players like me in a squad who have good single target damage off of things like Spinal and Ghastly Claws, who are looking for people who are falling off tag, and who aren't stacked up tight, and who aren't paying attention to where their commander is. Those are very easy players to kill if even 2 or 3 people in a Zerg notice where you are and are able to drop damage on you. So even if you're not going to be in the squad, your biggest priority is still going to be stay as close to that tag as possible, because it's going to make you stick out less against an enemy group that you're trying to fight. I guess the other thing that you could do is you could hang so far back off the tag that people don't even, like, see you being there, and then you could use, like, you know, Longbow 5 or something like that, or other skills that have a ton of range, to just kind of cloud in onto the main fight and then run away as soon as somebody notices you. There's a couple different ways that you can approach it. But for me personally, I like that extra meta level of, like, tactical thinking in a squad. Of not just, like, my build versus your build, but also, like, my strategy versus your strategy to see who comes out on top. So I really like just sticking with the tag and playing the group game. AoE damage divides into players like green circles on PvE mechanics. Sort of. Most skills in World versus World have a target cap of 5. So it's not necessarily like... It's not like a green circle mechanic where if you have 5 people, where it does like 40,000 damage split across however many people are standing in it. But there is definitely like a mitigation factor. It's just a little more complicated. Because the mitigation factor in World versus World is instead... I got pulls. It's instead about just kind of getting skills to hit random people, so that not everybody is getting hit by the same skills over and over again. So kind of. It's not exactly the same mechanic as like soaking greens in PvE, but it's a similar function, is that it's distributing damage out across your squad. Alright, let's look for one person who we can spike. I don't want to kill someone outside, I want to stay focused on this group. This Berserker's off tag again. Let's see if we can just bully him a bit. See, he's completely separated from his tag now. He has nowhere else to go. He's going to have a real problem here. The rest of the group is trying to push to him, but he's down. He's back up. We should probably focus on their main group again here for a bit. You have Wells 5, Zik. Wells 5. Ooh, this is going to be really bad. So we're pushed into a corner here. There's nowhere we can go. If you're the red group, you funnel all your damage into this corner, and we can't go out in any direction because there's enemy players there. So that's a case of them getting a really nice positioning advantage on us, and then just using that to crack our support apart and win the fight. That was smart on their behalf, and then it was also maybe a little bit of a lapse in judgment from our commander as well to get us stuck in that position in the first place. Which is what my squad is currently yelling at him about in comms. Like, I'm not streaming comms because, you know, we're strategizing and doing some stuff, but they're basically telling him that that was a really shitty position to put our squad in because we were just taking free damage from all directions. I'll stream one comms for the next fight, just so you can get a vibe for it. Because I think Zik is actually pretty good at like articulating what he's thinking about when he's approaching commanding. You have 3 tags. Oh, never mind. This XTC guy only has like 5 people on him. Okay. Yeah, it's just us and SHW. So this squad is doing like Havoc kind of stuff. I don't think they're actually fighting with us. I think that's just a group that's trying to like run around and flip random objectives and stay out of the way of the bigger groups. Whereas our group, and then also this tag behind us, SHW, these are the 2 tags that are really interested in taking fights. So us and Pink are kind of simpatico here, and it looks like Blue actually wants to take this fight as well. They're going to hang out with us for a round or 2. But I'm not really sure what their plan is. Like, it's a sandbox. We're not all on the same team right now. So the one with roaming builds, and there's only one for Soul Beast. Well, you could also there's 2 things. The first one is that you can unlock other elite specializations by playing World versus World. If you don't have the expansion for that profession, like if you don't have Heart of Thorns, you're not going to be able to play Druid. But if your only obstacle to playing Druid is that you haven't done the hero points for it, when you are getting your pips, you get these items at the end called skirmish chests. Actually, you get them at every step. So every step, you're getting these skirmish chest items. And then if you open up these skirmish chests, you get these things called Testimonies of Jade Heroics. You can turn these in, and next time I die, I'll show you where you can do it, but you can turn those into a vendor in World versus World called a Heroics Notary. And you can use them to unlock PvE hero points. Like, it literally unlocks them on the map for you, so that you don't have to do them in PvE. So after you've built up a decent supply of those testimonies, you can basically complete hero trains by yourself, just by eating all the currency, rather than going on like a PvE hero point train for a whole afternoon, which is really nice and really convenient. So if you wanted to play like Untamed or something like that, or Druid, or I guess coming up like Gale Shot in the next expansion, you can unlock that just with World versus World currency. And then the second thing is that, kind of like you can with the currency, you can also unlock and buy stat selectable gear with World versus World currency. Pulling up top, pulling up top. Alright. Let's just focus this one base ranger. Good. That's a lot of random people dying on gate there. Is squad all from the same guild? Yes. Yes. I think, but I don't recognize this person, so maybe not. Yes. I think except for like 1 or 2 people, yeah, we're all in the same guild. We might have invited a couple random strangers. You're older. It feels like we are much bigger than they are right now. We have so many random green players on us that they're going to have a hard time punching up against that. Pulling up top on parapet in 3, 2, 1. Pulling. I went into the tower, never mind. Yeah, so next time we die, I'll show you both those vendors. You're not going to be able to do it immediately, like as soon as you start. You have to build up a little bit of currency first, but once you have a decent amount of currency saved up, you can level a character straight to 80, because you get these Tomes of Knowledge every time you level up in World versus World, and each of them is worth 1 level on a character. You can unlock your hero points for free, because you can turn in your testimonies to complete hero points, and then you can also get your gear for free because there's a vendor that you can buy stat selectable items from. So I'll do PvE like for fun every once in a while, but I haven't needed to PvP for the or PvE for the sake of leveling a character for like 4 years. I just do all of it through world versus world. It's completely self-sustaining. There's even a bunch of legendaries that you can get from world versus world. You've got 2 legendary rings, you have a back, you have armor, and that's it. You cannot get trinkets. That map was queued though, we're not going to be able to get to him. That is northeast. Oh yeah, they're there. Find world versus world the best way to get legendary gear for a noob. If you don't mind time gates, it's by far the easiest legendary set to make. The entire world versus world legendary set is basically just time gates and gold, and even the gold is like stuff that you get through playing the game mode. So if you don't mind the wait, it's really easy. If you want it as fast as possible, I think you're probably still doing like, you know, raid armor or something like that. Because you can knock that out in like 3 weeks or something, like if you really grind the hell out of it. But if you're just logging on to play world versus world, it's like every 8 weeks or 9 weeks or something like that, you get enough currency for another piece of legendary, as long as you're pipping out every week. So anyway, here's comms.
In front of me. Well's in front of me. Just kill everything that we can. Kill as many green or many.
So we're gonna cloud this out.
Perfect. Oh, we're pulling back south. Pull back south.
Rolling back to south. Get out of that banner. Airship.
Yep. All right, we're pulling hard south.
We're just gonna kite all the way off.
Hard south. All right, get ready to push back towards them in 3, 2, 1. Pushing back towards them.
Bomb
my feet. Bomb my feet right here.
They're really over pushing in that spot. They're gonna lose a lot.
Just kill everything we can. Perfect.
Leave that out.
All right, we're pushing forward into them. Just slowly inch into them more. All right, we're pulling back a little bit. Just kill this one down right here.
Last stab.
Oh, you're really far.
We got pigeon. We got him. Oh, we got pulled again.
We're pushing to
saving a life.
I can't get to you.
We got him.
All right, we're pushing into our green group. Just stack into our green group. Right.
That's second airship volley, I think. Maybe third.
Yep, that's fine. I don't really care about the airship too much, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
We're a little far ahead.
Killed. Perfect. We're going back to Lord.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to convert that, but...
Honestly, the only time airship is really scary is when this whole place is full of like cloud and you can just easily get chipped apart.
I don't know. I think if you're trying to fight another group in Lord's room with airships going off, it's pretty scary, no matter how cloudy they are.
Light stab. This is raid training. Just don't stand in the yellow circles.
SHW is pushing.
Yep, that's okay. We're watching him. We're gonna push forward. We'll just watch him.
We think that they can probably handle that themselves, so we don't necessarily need to add. Like, we can just let them go and do their thing and have some fun. We don't need to blob down. We're going to wait until the main red group comes back, and then we'll fight them together.
A light stab.
I was interested in the rings, but they're too hard and time-consuming to get. They're just time-consuming. It's just time. It's all time. It's time and then a decent amount of gold. But there's no difficulty in it, because everything that you get for it is just like...
Stab up. 3, 2, 1.
From level.
Push forward.
They're going to push right
Wells on green. Damage here.
So we're going to cleave here.
Okay. All right, we're going to hard push to the right. We're going right, center Lord's room. We're just pushing forward. We're just inching forward. Dodge if you get damaged.
Holding.
Hand res.
We're
pulling back. I can't res. I'm trying to res. Get ready to hard push. I'm actually getting stabbed really quick. In 3, 2, 1. Push in. Just get all the way onto me. Push all the way through to the side. And then just grind this stack. Perfect. Get all these downs.
I ban.
Good job. Stay stacked. Get healthy. We're gonna hard push all the way across in 3, 2, 1. Get all the way in there.
Yeah, wells up.
Perfect. Last stab it. Let's go.
I'm gonna drop wells on you. Dropping wells here.
Perfect. Wells on me. Perfect. Get all these downs. We're grinding out all these downs.
We should have this under control. They have so many down here. It should be just
target cap. Perfect. We're gonna push towards the choke that they came from. We're going towards northeast.
Won't be able to get that.
Oh, good pull. Let's push down to
that rank 7K. I am rank 75,
and then
73.
Go back inside. Get these downs over here that we
I have been playing World versus World.
Good job.
Maybe like 10 hours a week since about 2018.
Stealth.
That's fine, dude. It's cool. Just we don't want to
maybe
stack
a little
by
less
the
than 20 hours a week.
Side because
no, maybe a little less than 10
run
hours.
Out of
stealth, maybe like 8 hours a week
stack
since
on
2018.
I guess.
Like it adds up.
I don't know how far in here they can get.
It adds up slowly over time.
Like here.
But I had the legendary rings done by like rank 4K.
I think they
I had the legendary armor done by like rank 2800.
SHW. Yeah, they've been doing the stealth thing.
You don't
for
have
a
to be
long time.
7K to put the legendary.
They did it to us a bunch of times.
They're good at it, though.
I'm pretty far through everything that I need from World vs. World. I'm just doing it
work.
because it's fun to play with.
Yeah,
friends.
it just takes a little bit of practice. It's really not that hard.
Also, you could be even faster if you wanted to. Like, I'm not even running boosters right now. I probably should be. Let's eat a couple of the mini XP boosters. So we'll drop Wells deep here. Wells are going to rip their boons, and then if we try and pull, they're not going to have stability, so we can pull them back into us. That's going to be very difficult for them to recover from. He's going to try and push again here. SHWs put themselves in an interesting spot. We're going to have to go back in there and help them. But they burned a bunch of support for that, and now they're not going to have the support for our push. So we can run down this choke now. And then he wants to go in even further, but SHW is going to be behind us, so red can't go through us, because then they're going to have to deal with SHW behind. It's going to be really hot. That's a really good counter bomb from them. Just dodge out of that quick. I don't think that Spellbreaker's going to die. Spellbreaker's pretty tanky. I'm not going to be able to just spike them down. It doesn't matter. We definitely have a numbers advantage here. Let me kill Fightbot and restart it, because it doesn't look like it's spitting logs out anymore. I'm curious to find out just how big that group is. Fight Reporter, Fight Reporter, Fight Reporter. Just at rank 800 and have the legendary back, heavy chest and legs, and 1 week away from the ring. Bam. You're doing like all of them at once. Yeah, the boosters make the ranks go faster, and the first, I would say like 300 ranks are probably the most important, because they're going to get you a lot of the quality of life features in the game mode. They're going to get you the ability to ride a Warclaw, the ability to glide, the ability to auto-loot, the ability to hold and spend more supply. Like, a lot of the rewards are really important to get at the start. But I think you spend all of your mastery points by like rank 1400. And then you're just done. It's not like you need 7,000 levels. Yeah, and I think the ring is also gated by level, though. Don't you need a specific level for the ring, too? Or is it only for the back? I know it is for the back. I thought it was for the ring, too. It's the XP for the ranks. Every rank is 5,000 XP. And the boosters just earn you XP faster. So every 5,000 XP, you get 1 level. It's not like it increases over time. It's a flat 5k from 1 until 10,000. And then 10,000 is the current level cap. There we go. Okay, so we have 18 and 39. We have 57, they have 58. These are actually really even fights. We feel a lot bigger, but I guess they have a ton of people on them. Yeah, you need 1,000, I think, for the pretty legendary armor. Maybe you don't need anything for the ring. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I made all that stuff. I just remember that the back piece is the one that requires rank, because the back was always the first one I would make on alt accounts. So it's like, once I hit the level requirement to start working on Warbringer, I felt like I was a real account. You're fine, you're chilling. OJs. That's our OJs. SHW is Still in SMC. Okay. Yeah, fuck, there's also that, you're right. You get extra pips the higher your rank is. So, like, if you go to my pips right now, I'm getting 7 bonus pips because I'm between rank 64.45 to 99.99. So the faster you can get your level up, the more pips you start getting, and then the more pips you start getting, the faster you finish your reward chests, and the faster you finish the reward chests, the less time you have to spend playing World versus World. The more time you can spend doing other stuff while still getting all the rewards. Like, these days, I play World versus World, like, twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. We tag for, like, 2 hours on... I think SHW is requesting help, by the way. They say wee woo in map chat. It could mean anything, but also, like, there's OJ's very close to him. I think he might need help. Oh yeah, so the faster you get, like, the pips put together, the better. So, I play about 2 hours on Tuesday. I play about 2 hours on Wednesday. I play about 3 hours on Friday, and then sometimes I play for like an hour and a half on Thursday. And when I was first starting, when I was like, you know, rank 50 or whatever, I'd have to play for like an extra 5 hours just to pip out to get all the rewards. And sometimes I would, and sometimes I wouldn't, like, who bothers? These days, my rank is high enough, and I spend one of those days commanding, which also gives you bonus pips, that I usually pip out. Like, I finish all of my chests in just the normal amount of time that I play with the guild, plus like an extra hour of World versus World that I stream on Thursdays. So it just makes everything happen faster, and a lot of those tiers are super front-loaded. Where, like, the first couple ranks matter way more than any of the subsequent ranks. So the faster you can move through them, the better. That's a ton of people just not paying attention. We'll just get out of the way here. Shroud isn't really doing anything. Let's just get onto our allies. They're gonna push back to our tail and try to collect some people. I think I can finish that base ranger. Maybe not. But we can get back into Shroud here and we can spin. This guy is super separated. It's the same ranger. Finish that. It's so many downs. We can just stand on these downs. That's so many people down. We'll just clean all the rest of that up. And then finish that off, finish this off. So these are the guys who are playing like you were kind of talking about, Logo. Where they're like, they're staying near the fight, they're kind of watching the fight. But they're not exactly on tag, they're just finding somewhere safe to stand where they can kind of haze into the group. But as soon as you see a fight start to go south, you probably want to, like, get the heck out of there. Because as soon as the main group is dead, it's pretty easy for, you know, me and my 40 closest friends to go be like, oh, there's one base ranger standing here hitting us with longbow 5. Let's just go kill them. Ooh, they're back already. Stations. I just started my station, so I'm gonna keep my stone on. A hack you can do if you only want to increase your rank and progress your reward track is do EOTM. Yeah, but EOTM is, like, kind of dead sometimes. I think it depends on if you can find a group. I don't know what it's like in EU, but at least in NA, I know that there is one person who tags an EOTM on reset, and you could follow along with them. But I think you could also just find, like, a group that either does big Zerg fights like us and is pretty good. You just farm kills that way. Or you could find a big guild that likes to, like, capture objectives and just hop from map to map and capture as much stuff as possible. That also generates a lot of XP. You could do any of that kind of stuff, and you could do reasonably well for yourself. There is a bit of a bias in World versus World towards getting more XP from doing bigger group activities. Like, if you're zerging like I am, or if you're doing, you know, tower captures and stuff like that, you're going to get XP a lot faster than if you're playing solo and you're just fighting other solo players. But that's because, like, you're going to be doing more. You're going to be flipping more objectives, you're going to be killing more players, you're going to be capturing and defending more objectives. Like, there's more stuff that you're contributing to, and as a result, you end up getting more experience. Hop in over here, we can stand on this spot. I don't want to be too far ahead here. I also don't really want to, like, lich here. Can I find one person to just spike? Kind of. This is going to be pretty rough. He's going deeper. I would not go deeper here. Yeah, I think he's going to explode here. Oh, they had so many downs, but they just rallied them all. I'm just going to follow SHW for a bit. He's not pulling off. You have wells up, by the way, if you want him. Okay. Oh, never mind. It's okay. That's a good veil. That's a great veil. Fair play, fair play. Watching you, realizing even if you go by yourself, you need to know how to play to not get rolled. I wouldn't say you need to know how to play. I would just say that you need to have awareness of a group. The best video by far. It's hard to. It's not something that's easy to explain in like a text guide. There is some stuff where really you just literally have to watch it. Let's see how fast I can find Arrow. His YouTube channel is so well hidden, man. Reading a Zerg push or something like that. Is he Arrow Iluvatar now? Where is this? Okay, he's Arrow Elpidus now. Sorry, he changes his YouTube name like every 9 months. The best guide by far for just like how do I survive in World versus World is this one. And then is also... He's got 2 of them. Where's the other one? Here it is. These 2 videos. That's going to take you to like 80% of where you need to be. It's as close as you can get to like mandatory things to watch if you're going to play World versus World. And I say this as somebody who actually has a YouTube channel. His videos are better than mine. Okay. Listen, I died to post that YouTube link, okay? My stab? Oh, no, I'm not fine. Never mind. I just got extremely stunned. That's fair. Fair play. I died for the self-promotion. It happens. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Iron. I saw it. I just forgot because we've been, you know, mid-commentary on a bunch of stuff. Just kind of throwing for no reason on that fight. We should probably focus up. You guys look like you're having fun. I'll let you guys do that. I don't need to interrupt that. They're having a good time. Yeah, we have some language on NA. We have English, Portuguese, Spanish. So there's like a little bit of language, but it's not that bad. What's your plan here? What's your plan exactly? Do you have one? Just thinking about it. It's dropping out. It's all right. Fair enough. Yeah, it's primarily English. We have a little bit of Portuguese. We have a little bit of Spanish, but certainly not as diverse languages as we do on EU for sure. It's Chaba. We know this person. Good friend. What, the ones outside spawn? I've just walked past them every single time. I have not seen anybody in squad die to them. It seems like they're just having a permanent 5v5 with greens. We need these rams to go away so that they can't just walk into our objective. And then we need to fix this gate. Gates repair at 50. Okay, there we go. So now this is sealed. So now their respawns can't get back inside. Oh, wait. Yeah, they can, because this gate's down too. Green in front? Alright, this is getting a little hectic. We'll have a good old-fashioned 1v1v1 here. I don't think we can repair that gate. We don't have enough supply left. Drop wells here. Spike here. Get a little closer to my tag. I'm down on you. I think we might have stood in a lot of DH traps. What was my incoming damage? Yep. Yeah, that was all DH traps, Zick. We just stood in them and died. We'll have to be careful of that with Joy. Whirling Wrath. Guardian Greatsword 2. Symbol of Luminance. Guardian Greatsword 4. Solar Storm. Guardian Spear 3. Procession of Blades. Guardian Utility Skill. Like, it's all Guardian damage. They're running a ton of DHs in there. But all the damage just, like, sits on the ground in a circle. So as long as you don't stand in the circle, you're fine. You're chilling. It's only if you decide to stand in the circle that you have problems. Which, speaking of problems, that's not the direction I would be going if I were you. Let's push these guys away, maybe. Good invulns. It's not going to save you, though. It's still not going to save you. It's still not going to save you. Get him hazy. Don't let him live. Don't reward him for that behavior. Oh, good dodge. I wonder if you heard the spinal coming in. So, right at the start, Logar, you were talking, like, how the game mode is, like, complicated and stuff. There is an audio cue that plays when you cast Spinal on somebody before you actually take the spinal damage. And if you're really good and you know what you're doing, you can hear that audio cue and you can dodge to avoid the actual spinal damage. I think that's what that thief may have done. But I also don't think you have to get that sweaty to enjoy the game mode. Like, that's not the barrier to entry. The barrier to entry is, like, can you dodge? So you could get away with it if you don't want to get that competitive about it. That's a Veil, so they're going to stealth and pop back out in like a minute or two. We're just going to get out of the way. We're going to take this Veil. We're going to spike here. Commander says Wells on arrow, so that's where we put it. That's really hot. We're just standing in damage again. We need to be more... I say this as I almost die. I think we need to be more careful with our positioning as a squad. And that's kind of something for Zik to work out because he's commanding right now. Like, I don't really have freedom to, like, position where I want because we need to stay together to try and minimize our incoming damage. So I need my commander to pick better places to stand. Because we're eating a ton of damage just trying to W key into them on the first push. That's not doing us any favors on these fights. So noob solo roamer not being able to read team chat might not be a bad thing. Team chat is both a blessing and a curse for me. It's a blessing because when I'm not in the middle of a fight, it's good entertainment. But it's a curse because in the middle of a fight, it's a distraction. So it's a bit of give and take for me. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think I've ever blocked anybody. Is that true? I don't know why Abel's on my block list. He shouldn't be there. This isn't real fast car. That's fake fast car. Frodo I definitely don't like. King is also... I shouldn't have him blocked either. I think I blocked them so that I could, like, track where they were, and then I just forgot to unblock them. But, like, I try to not block people because team chat is my entertainment when fights are slow. But I recognize that that's not, like, everybody's appetite for entertainment, and sometimes you do read some stuff in team chat where you're like, I can't deal with that right now. So it depends. Might need to try other classes seeing the build list. Doesn't seem like Ranger has that many options. I think I would disagree, but it depends on the spec you're playing. Untamed is really strong right now in like 5-mans and 10-mans. It's a decent dueling profession, but it's really, really good if it's like you and 9 of your closest friends. If you're running a larger group, like a group that's our size, support druid is really, really good. We have one of them now because we don't really need more than one, but one druid for like every 15 people in your squad is very strong. And I think Soul Beast is like an okay roamer, but I don't really do roaming and dueling. So I don't have a great sense of what the meta is for that. Other people might know more than that. Iron might know more than that. More than me on that. But I would say that Ranger's actually really well positioned. I'm just not so sure about Soul Beast specifically, which is what you said you were playing. I think you might have to go either Untamed or Druid, depending on what you want to do. I also think there's kind of a sick Druid roaming build. Where's Paper Roll? Hold on, I'll finish this fight, and then I'll link you to the one Druid roamer that I know. But you can roam on Druid in small scale, and then you can play support Druid in large scale. They're completely different builds. You would need 2 separate build templates for it, 2 separate gear templates for it. But if you want to play one profession, and you don't want to have to go back to character screen, Druid might be a decent bet for you. I'll go grab Paper Roll's channel. Paper Roll, Guild Wars 2. I don't know if this is true anymore, but like, at least when I used to watch this guy, all he did was talk about Druid roaming. That's it. I think it's literally all that Paper Roll does, is play Druid. So if you wanted a good Druid roamer to look at on YouTube, I think that's the person to go for. But yeah, I would say that Ranger's in a really good place. There's lots of different stuff that you could try with that. Wells here. We got a couple. That's good momentum. So we'll dodge in here. We'll spin in the back. I would really like to convert this guy. Oh, he's just a knight. He's a little guy. He's got res too. Okay, sure. So drop a Nightfall here. It's really hot here. That's super hot. Yeah, it's very hot. Alright, we'll head back to spawn. He's just... I'm taking notes mentally because if our team doesn't move up and if red team doesn't move up, I'm gonna have to fight these guys next week when I'm commanding on Tuesday. But it feels like he's overcommitting into melee too much. Like, that first push was really good. We got 2, 3, 4 downs on that first push. We definitely won that clash. The second push, I think he just got a little too brave. Is exotic gear good enough? It's good enough to start. I don't think you want to be exotic forever. You probably want to work your way to, like, Ascended and then eventually Legendary. But I don't think it's, like... definitely for Zergs, it's not like you're going to lose a fight that you would have won otherwise if you're an exotic instead of Ascended. It matters a little more if you're going to be solo roaming, because, like, most of the people who you're going to be fighting have Ascended, so you're going to be at a natural disadvantage. But I think there's probably still, like, fights that you could win, even if it's exotic versus Ascended. And you could still get, like, some good reps and practice in. Sick'em Soul Beast is great anti-siege and fun in small groups. Yeah, it's also just good for clouding. Like Sick'em Soul Beast, you just cast Longbow 5 on people, and then if you see anybody fall off tag, you just sick them, and then they explode. Like, there's a lot of different sick builds for Ranger that you could play around with. Pulling in Lord's Room. Didn't get anything, but that's fine. They have stab. They're gone. Ooh, they're stacked tight in this corner. We'll just clear that out. Alright, so when they put themselves in a choke, and when we don't just walk right into their DH traps, that's a lot easier. All Ascended set is out of your budget. Oh, I forgot the vendor. Next time we die, remind me, the vendor. Wells here. Now, we need to be careful here because they have full cooldowns. They didn't fight anybody, and we just fought somebody. So we need to be a little careful here. Okay, yeah, that's a horrible spot to put us in. We need to move over here. Clear these couple out. And now we need to catch up with Pink. This is going to go so poorly. Yeah, he's just going to eat that entire tail. Oh, that's disastrous. That's a really good push for Red. They read that super well. So what Striker managed to do, and Striker's the dead tag right now, the tag for the Red group, he recognized that our group of 15 had gotten split off of Pink's group of 15. And when you're fighting two groups of 15, it's a lot easier to kill one of them when they're not standing together. So he saw us get split, and then he put himself in a position where our group had to run through him to get to the other tag. And we did not have enough support at that point to manage doing that. Right, vendors, quick. It's 5 seconds, and I gotta get back to these fights. Your skirmish supervisor. Talk to skirmish supervisor. You have exotics here. These are okay. What you're really looking for is the ascended gear here. Each of these marks are 10 of your mark shards. So once you have 30 mark shards, you can buy any of these. Those are also your legendary precursors. This robot over here, this is your stat selectable exotics. You can buy anything you want with only badges of honor. Super cheap, extremely, extremely easy to do. And then your heroics notary is here. You buy these items, and these unlock hero points for you. So those 3 vendors get you your ascended items, which are also your legendary precursors. So make sure you save them. They get you your stat selectable exotic gear, and then they also get you your hero points. And those vendors exist on every map. So you can go to EBG, you can find them. You can go to any of the Borderlands, you can find them. You can find them in OS. I don't think they're in Edge of the Mists, but you can get them in Obsidian Sanctum as well. And then if you have the Armistice Bastion pass, you can also find them in Armistice Bastion. Super, super easy for gearing yourself up and getting started on legendaries. Green coins for hero points, big robot, plus like these little like badges of honor, right? They're little like circle medallions for gear, and then mark shards for ascended items, plus other stuff. Yeah, you've basically got the gist of it. Eventually, you're also going to get skirmish claim tickets. These are your time gate for like basically everything. Most things in the game mode are going to use skirmish claim tickets. And then you also get memories of battle, which I may not actually have memories on me. No, I do. You'll also get memories of battle. These you want to save, but eventually, once you've got most of your stuff, these are tradable, and they're worth a decent amount of money too. So after you're done with all your legendary gear, and after you're done with all your unlocks and stuff, and things like that, you can just start selling memories of battle for money, because you're not going to need them anymore. But yeah, basically what Iron said. Like, the exotic gear is super cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. So I would pick like 3 or 4 specs that look kind of interesting, gear them out on exotics, spend a couple hours playing each of them, figure out which one you like the most, and then once you know which one you like the most, that's your target for your Ascended grind. And then as you're grinding the Ascended items and the Legendary items are the same item. So you buy all the Ascended stuff, and then you just keep hoarding all of your currency, and eventually you have your Legendary. And that's the long-term gameplay loop in World versus World if you're interested in like gear and legendaries and stuff. Is you use the exotics to experiment with different builds, figure out what you like. Once you know you like something, you lock into it with Ascended, and then you just build up the legendary currency over time. Gans was ONS, yeah. I don't know if we... Oh, there's red. That's Durios. Good invuln. He's run himself into a wall, which is interesting. I don't know that that's where I would have positioned myself. I don't see them at Durios anymore. They're gone. Oh, no, I see them. Alright. Are they going to try and bait us into this choke? Oop. Goodbye. So that is a stab issue. That's just my Firebrand not really paying attention. The downside of not being on a profession that actually runs its own stability is that I'm at the mercy of my Firebrand paying attention, and when my Firebrand isn't paying attention, I just die. But that's fine, I'll run back. Hifaro has redeemed an emote. Hifaro, which one you want? I'll go pull it up for you. Is it BTTV that everybody uses now? Yeah, it's BTTV. What you want? No, it should be Ruthless. Alright, so our tag is tagging down, but I'm gonna go for another hour, I think, because I'm having fun. Give me 5 seconds to update Hifaro's new emote. That's a 7 TV one. Yeah, sure, I could do that. Alright, so we leave squad. Why is this not loading? There we go. Sign in. Oh, shit. Haglin emote. So I will absolutely add that. Add to my emotes. Confirm. Alright, it should be in there. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Okay, perfect. So here's the deal. I am a World versus World, or I am an ArenaNet partner. And one of the things that you can do as an ArenaNet partner is you can transfer servers. You can also transfer regions. So it's not possible to play on NA teams being from EU, but you do have the ability to pay, I think it's 500 gems to transfer between regions. That's something that you would want to do as like a longer term thing. It's not something that you want to do for like, oh, I'm bored right now, so I'm going to go play on EU and then I'll go to America later. So like if you wanted to transfer NA, you could, but you'd be stuck playing in NA with like NA quality ping. But the other thing that partners can do is they can transfer teams. So if we go over to random.org and we pop open a browser tab and we roll a random team between 1 and 12, we get 2. And then we go into our world restructuring tab, we sort, and we get Cathedral of Blood. So we're going to transfer to Cathedral of Blood. This only works if we reload the map. So we're going to port to Holbrook, and then we're going to port back to Armistice. And then we're going to go see what people are doing on Cathedral of Blood. And if nobody's doing anything on Cathedral of Blood, we'll just pick a new random team. So we'll head back to Armistice. Technical streamers from where you are, and they're a bit rude and aggressive. Yeah, I mean, like, I only got started doing content creation in the first place. Exclamation mark Discord, by the way. Exclamation mark YouTube, by the way. Exclamation mark VODs, by the way. I only started doing content creation in the first place because I couldn't find any World versus World streamers that I liked watching. A lot of them are, like, pretty toxic, or they're pretty, like, negative about the game. They're playing World versus World for, like, 5 hours, but all they're doing is complaining about World versus World. And it's like, surely you could find something better to do with your time if this is such a problem for you. So, I started streaming and making videos that, like, I wanted to watch. What is going on here? Are you guys getting spawn camped? Why would you not just take your Gary back? Wait, is this the Hell matchup? You're on Moogaloo versus Blood? Oh, I still have random up. You're right. There we go. Kill it. Pipe, is this the matchup that has like both Bag and BTD in it? Is that why everybody's scared? Green is BTD. Yeah, you're right. This is the Dwayna's Temple matchup. Okay, well, I don't think I want to be on EBG for that. That's a scary matchup. Algorithm's kind of fucked for that one, if we're being realistic. Those are two teams that really should, like, not be hanging out with one another. This doesn't look like anything. There's White Swords Bay. I'll go look at that. So, like, quick map awareness rundown for you, Logro. There's no tag on map, right? You got your minimap down here. Nobody's showing a commander tag. Doesn't mean that there isn't a commander here. It might just be that the commander here is running a private tag. So if you don't see a commander, the next thing you're going to look for is orange swords or OJs. Anytime you see OJs pop up, that's an indication that at least 25 people total are in combat. So that could be 25 people from one team attacking a door, or it could be 13 people fighting 13 people. OJs don't really discriminate between them. If you don't see OJs, then you need to look for white swords. White swords on an objective mean that either a wall or gate is currently being damaged below 98%, or that the lord of that objective is in combat. So the fact that Bay has white swords means that somewhere on this objective, somebody is attacking a wall or gate. So we're going to wander over here, and we're going to see if we can find out who it is. Maybe it's somebody on our team, maybe it's an enemy group. We don't know, but we're going to go do a bit of scouting. Opt out of World versus World so you can keep the stream up. You can't fight somebody if you have their stream up. Hey, you can. Like, I don't care. If I didn't want to get stream sniped, I would run like a delay. Or I'd run a map cover or something like that. It doesn't bother me either way. So I don't see anything here, and it no longer has white swords, and nothing is damaged. So somebody may have come by here, tapped it with like a couple kata shots, and then gotten run off. Does not, well, actually there's also white swords on this camp. Let's go see what that is. Camps don't have walls, so this is like, this can only be an enemy player. The ring isn't up. It has RI. It just got flipped. It is one enemy green player. You are a raider? Oh, it's a little guy. I'm not going to fight a little guy. The Dwayna's Temple Raider is like rank 100. I'm not going to bully them. Let's go see what's on Blue BL. We'll go try over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna kill like a little guy. He's just trying to have a fun time. There's nothing here. I don't even see white swords. So this map is dead. And let's try red BL. Lulu was just pushing that keep before I logged over and a green Zerg stomped them out. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that ooh, 2 tags. Do I know either of these people? I know Best Selva. I don't remember what guild they're in, but I know them. I don't think they're crit. Let's go walk over to Best Sell By and see if I can remember who they are. What if the little guy wants to be killed? I mean, like, caught, I guess, but also not my problem. I'm a pacifist. In some ways. Where are you? God, you're so far away. Some mercy killing. Green 20 plus showed up? Okay. I want to know who these commanders are before I join their squad. Because some people don't like me. And I don't want to, like, force myself on a squad that doesn't want somebody streaming to be in there. I'm a pacifist in some ways, as the guy who put a ton of circles of death 20 minutes ago. Those were just removing boons, though. Like, I do, like, some damage. I don't do crazy damage. I open the door so the DPS players can walk through. But I'm not walking through the door myself. I'm like an offensive combat medic. Alright, green tag is gone. I'm going to assume that green tag got run over. Let's go wander over to purple tag. Why can I not? I know that I know the name Best Sell By. But I can't remember the guild. Okay, the squad message says crit, and the banners in spawn said crit, but I don't know them from crit. I know them from somewhere else. They making any progress here? Kind of. Maybe? They don't have orange swords on them, so they're not in a fight currently. That's the north outer gate to Firekeep. But they're not on it, so they don't have, like, rams built or anything. What is this positioning that you've taken up here? That's like 5 people. They ported to spawn. Okay. I wonder if they're done. We might have just missed them. Or maybe they got run over. Hard to tell. We can join squad, I guess. And then I should join comms just to be polite. Need anything other than necro question mark? And add a server, join a server. No on vacation. Okay, we'll just add necro then. Yeah, that's a good shout. The exclusives reward track for sure gives you a ton of gear. The hero weapon as well gives you some stuff, if I remember correctly. Hello. Did you guys need me to switch to anything, or is Reaper gonna be good? Okay. Do you prefer Druid, Tempest, or Scrapper? Tempest it is. I will go grab Tempest. Love playing Tempest. I'm actually very pleased by that. Yeah, you have to unlock that stuff to get to the legendary version, so that's a good idea. Let's go catch up to this tag real quick. So previously we were playing DPS Reaper, or like Boonstrip Reaper. It does a bit of damage, but it's like primarily a utility build that removes boons. On Tempest, we're going to be playing support. Specifically, we're going to be playing a secondary support profession. So World versus World has a few different kinds of support. You have primary support professions that are dealing with like boons. They're giving stability and resistance to their friends. Secondary support professions are doing condition cleanse, and they're doing healing. So instead of proactively giving boons to our allies, we are reactively healing damage that they take and removing conditions that they acquire. So that's going to be our general way of thinking about what we're doing. DD Orashare? No, we're playing Staff Orashare. I much prefer Staff to DD. I think it's a much more fun weapon. Build is Earth, Water, Tempest. You could play Fire, Water, Tempest. I've just been playing Earth more, because I think it's slightly stronger. But Fire, Water, and Earth, Water are really, really close to each other. And we're running, like, the whole build kind of revolves around our Relic of Caracosa. So every time we combo a field with a blast finisher, we heal our allies. We have fields on, let's see if I can do this from memory. Fire 2 is a field. Water 5 is a field. Water 4 is a field. Water 3 is a field. Water 2 is a blast. Air 5 is a field. Earth has no fields, but it has a blast on Magnetic Orb. And then we also have a double blast on Arcane Wave, and we have a blast on Aftershock, and we don't have a field on Rebound. So we have a ton of fields, and we have a ton of blasts, and every time we blast a field, we heal people. Every time we blast a field, we also clear a condition in Earth. So when we combo a field with a blast finisher off of Diamond Skin, we also remove conditions from nearby allies. So the entire play circle of Tempest is just make fields and then blast them. It's really fun. I have a lot of fun playing Tempest. Yeah, that is a legendary relic. I kind of got mine through cheating. When Secrets of the Obscure came out, yeah, exactly what Iron said. I made a couple legendary runes. I'm at 6 of 6 legendary runes at this point, but at the time Secrets of the Obscure came out, I think I was at 3. And when Secrets came out, or when the legendary relic came out, if you had a legendary rune, you got the relic for free. So I didn't have to make it, I just got it because I had legendary runes already. But nowadays, you actually have to craft it. So let's get into party view. Because the only people that I care about now that I'm doing like a secondary support role, are the 5 people in my party. These are the only people who I'm paying attention to. If I see them taking damage, I heal them. If I see them with condies on them, I clear their condies. If they look fine, then I'll look at like other party bars. I'll see if anybody else needs my help. But these are the 5 people that I'm focused on. And it's the same for everybody else in these other parties. Like this Scrapper, I assume is a healing Scrapper. They're paying attention to these 5 people. This Druid, I assume is a healing Druid. They're going to be paying attention to those 5 people. So these 5 people in my party, these are my own little world right now. And they are the only people that I care about, as far as support goes. When you talk about fields and blasting, do you need to blast your own fields, or can anyone blast them? Caracosa will only trigger if I blast a field, but it does not need to be my own field. So if somebody else puts a water field down, I can blast that field and I will get my Caracosa relic to trigger. However, your own fields have priority for blasts. So normally the way that fields work is each field can be blasted 5 times, and then you can't blast it anymore. And also, you blast the field that was put down more recently. So if you put down a water field, and then you put down a light field after that, and then you blast the light field. You won't blast the water field, because the water field is older. But fields that you put down always have priority. So if I'm standing in a light field, if I'm standing in a water field, and somebody puts a light field on top of me, if I place the light field, then when I blast, I will blast the water field. Or sorry, if I place the water field, I'll get the water field blast effect. So preference is given to newer fields, but preference is also given to fields that you made. And Karakosa doesn't care whose field it is as long as you're the one blasting it. Top up supply. Hell tag? Is that Elrenia? So we can super speed here. That's going to be a group that we probably want to fight. So let's get into water quick. You see all these people taking damage in our party. We want to be healing them. That's our job. Let's clear all these condies off. We put down a field, we blast it. We put down a second field, we blast it. We blast it again. Most of our party's dead already, but that's the general approach that we would want to take to doing sustain for them. I'm not sure, I've never played with crit before, so I'm not sure that they're going to be a super competitive fight guild the way that the previous guild that we were playing with, K&T, was. But that's okay. Everybody has different approaches to playing World versus World. It's a sandbox game mode. And one of the neat things for doing the partner transfers is that, you know, you get to meet a bunch of different people playing a bunch of different styles in the game mode, which is fun. Group is moving green BL. We'll move over there. We'll go for like another hour. I'll go until midnight. I think they're going to be running for a little bit longer, so... Do a little bit of inventory cleaning while I wait for everybody to get on map. Did fine on cleanses at least. That's looking real good. So at least we played a bit. We might have lost, but I think I put a lot of work in on that fight. Only did World vs. World because you got the legendary weapon kit from the Wizard's Vault. Needed a gift to battle. Dude, that's how everybody gets started, man. Every time I see one of those threads that's like, nobody actually plays World vs. World to get the gift of battle, like... It's all these PvE tourists that just come in, get the gift of battle, and then leave. There's a significant number of people, myself not included, but a significant number of people who have only gotten involved in World versus World because they were tempted by the allure of the gift of battle and then never left. Including some people in like some of the best World versus World fight guilds that I know. Originally started as like filthy PvEers who were like, I'll just grab this one stupid item so I can make a legendary, and now they're like some of the best World versus World players that I know. I, on the other hand, played a ton of World of Warcraft before I started playing Guild Wars 2. There is one green scout inside. They might be AFK, but they also might know we're here. I played a bunch of, like, Alterac Valley when I was playing World of Warcraft, and so when I started playing Guild Wars 2 and I found World vs. World, I was like, oh shit, it's a week-long Alterac Valley? This rocks. And then I, like, stopped playing everything else. I'm not even like in it for the rewards. I just think that the large-scale sandbox PvP is really neat. Don't know which class and spec to pick to try. Feel like you're conditioned to play the ranger you do on PvE and you'll get confused playing it any other way. I think that if you play like a DPS ranger build, like a DPS Untamed, or, you know, like a DPS Soul Beast or something like that, most open world PvE in Guild Wars 2 is easy enough that you could just play a world versus world build in it. So, like, I did a little bit of the Fractal Rush event to get some of the Fractal rewards. I showed up in T1 Fractals in my world versus world Reaper build, and because that build, like, kind of does damage, it was fine. If you're doing, like, you know, instanced PvE stuff, if you're doing, like, HT, you know, strikes or something like that, or, like, you know, CMs or whatever, yeah, you probably can't show up with, like, a world versus world build, but I just play DPS world versus world builds in PvE now, and it's fine in like 95% of cases. But I think over time you just kind of build the muscle memory up for it. Yeah, like if you're just doing open world and soft fractals, you can play world versus world builds in those, and it's fine. Nobody's gonna yell at you for it. I wouldn't show up on like a full support build, but like DPS builds, it's fine. You can just play that stuff and it's fine. Yeah, also just picking a build and then playing it in open world gets you familiar with some of like the basic weapon mechanics too. It doesn't work great for support, but you can definitely just like get reps in PvE. There's a green arrow on the inner wall. Really? I'll go look. Wall is 16. AV from earlier WoW was so good. It was, and the thing that frustrated me the most about early Alterac Valley was as soon as people tried to optimize it to farm honor as fast as possible, it stopped being fun almost immediately for me. I loved the idea that you would take a team of like, you know, 15, and 15 would be on defense, and they would just try and slow the attackers down, and then you'd have 35 on, or 25 on offense. And you'd just be running up the map, and you'd have these skirmishes that took place all over, and you'd have people who were calling out that like, oh, I need help at like so-and-so tower. I was like, that was Alterac Valley for me. And then as soon as people were like, don't ever bother defending because it's like a net honor loss, I was like, God, who fucking cares, nerd? Like, I'm having fun. I'm not here for the honor. I'm here to like defeat enemy players. We are not the same. I never played DAOC though. I've heard good things about it. I never played it. I was a World of Warcraft main for probably like 9 years. I started in 04. And then I played until it would have been third year of college. So that would have been 09, 2010, somewhere around there. I quit after Cataclysm, and then I got back into it very briefly, I think when Pandaria came out, and basically only did arenas, and then I had a very brief stint in Shadowlands, and that was it for WoW. But after I quit WoW in undergrad, I also played EVE Online for like 3 years, which is also, you know, like open world sandbox PvP. Also had a lot of fun with that. But it just wasn't like it wasn't friendly enough to casual play when I played EVE. It's actually, I think it's actually friendlier to casuals now. But when I played it, it was like, it's devastating to lose your stuff. And that was part of the appeal of the game, but like, I was in college. I didn't have that much time to sink into it. So when I eventually landed on Guild Wars 2, I was like, oh shit, it's an MMO that has fun open world sandbox PvP that's also horizontal progression only, and everything is account bound, and it respects your time. I was like, this is the perfect game. This is the perfect game for me, guy who has busy life but also really likes playing video games. It's peak PvP, things like stealth classes, being able to spec into the ability to scale, keep walls, and sneak in to assassinate people. That sounds sick. I do think that, like, I don't think World versus World is perfect in Guild Wars 2. I think it's a great game mode. It's probably one of the better large-scale team-based PvP game modes in any MMO, but it's not perfect. And I think one of the things that they could really improve on a bit is play in and around objectives. Of like having more strategy to capturing an objective than just knock down one wall, then knock down a second wall, then kill the Lord. I think that's definitely something that they could improve on. So if DAOC does that, that's actually kind of sick. But like this also is just XP, right, Logro? Like you don't just have to be doing fights all the time. You can also just be wandering around and capturing stuff, and that's also going to be getting you XP. That's still leveling me up in terms of like my overall rank. It's still getting me participation because it's keeping my participation meter full. I'm still getting my pips every 5 minutes. As long as you keep your participation high, which is flipping objectives, killing players, and other minor stuff like killing yaks gives you a little bit of participation, killing sentries gives you a little bit of participation. You can just kind of do whatever you want. If you find a group, you're like, oh, okay, sick, I can follow this group around for a bit. Group tags down, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just go solo roam for a bit. You can keep it flexible. And it's all building you like the same resources and the same currency no matter what approach you're trying to take. Hello? Hello? Hey, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I the K&T tagged down early, so I spun the roulette wheel because I was having fun on stream, and I landed on this nightmare matchup. I didn't realize that Dwayna's temple was in it until I got the EPG, and I was like, why the fuck are 15 people standing in spawn? It's nice, though. I found somewhere nice and quiet to hang out on the BLs. I just get to vibe a bit. Okay. Couple green coming in. That was my sense looking at it. Yes, he had a zone called Darkness Falls. There's an underground zone with layers and raid mobs. Okay, you're unselling me on DAOC now because the idea of doing world versus world in like Tangled Depths sounds like an absolute nightmare. Is that Pralda? No. I'll go up and sniff quick as soon as I get out of combat. There is nobody stacked up behind that portal right now. It's just that 10 or so. So we super speed here. And then we get into Earth. We just start blasting stuff. We look for somebody else to drop a field. We can blast in it. We can put a line on the portal so they can't run back in. We can kill this one. We can kill this one. A couple people on the left side just hazing. Never mind, he fell. He just fell down completely of his own volition, so sure, we'll take care of that. Party has a couple of condies on us. So I should do like a little bit of clearing, but we don't need to be rolling big heals. Everybody's at 100% basically. That looks a little scary though. Let's make sure we're on tag. Yeah, that's really hot. So let's dodge once. Healing, 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 healing. Got the res, got the res, got the res. Healing field, blast. Blast again, blast again. Everybody should be mostly topped up now. Convert that one. Fandria, I don't know that I'm going to be able to save you. You're pretty far away. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Smiles. Welcome. I've got super speed. I'm super speeding. We just lost like 3 in the tail. Okay. I really need to get into something that heals right now. Blast this. Water field. Blast this. There was a pyrotech, but it wasn't Peralta. Please. Stick the res. That's a hand. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing all that. I gotta pull off this. I can't save those right now. Oh, that's really hot. Yeah, there was one disgusting pyrotech in there. They were playing Wheelbender. Let me see if I can find them. No, I think they fucked off. We killed them, and I think they got the message. Prald is the only person from Pyro I have on my friends list. Oh shit, it might have been him. It is him. He was hiding on an alt account. Oh, we gotta go back and fight him again now. You didn't know someone who even ran Willbender? This is like the time that I saw a Bags player manning an arrow cart, and I sent it to Kay, and he kicked them from the guild. It really do be your own sometimes. I don't think he actually kicked him from the guild, but he was definitely like, I don't speak for that person. People be up to some degenerate stuff, like when you're not tagged. That's all I'm saying. You got a bunch of like closet Willbenders in Pyro who are like, oh, thank God we tagged down. Now I can play all of my disgusting roaming builds. Yeah, there's one of them. You guys look like you're having fun back there. I'll let you take care of it. How's your content been in this matchup? Is it just like feast or famine everywhere, or is it okay on the Borderlands? One Uwu tag watching in the back. So we are scouted. Oh, good blink. Too bad you're going to get thunderclapped. Oh, disastrous for you. Where are you? Did you actually make... Wow, you might have actually lived. That's impressive. Oh, maybe not. Get him. Can't let the scout live. He's going to report our position. That was a great blink from him. It's just too bad he ran into an even greater thunderclap. Weekly objective defender done. Additional Uwu scout in front on the bridge. What, Amalgam? Yeah, Amalgam was interesting. It's in the beta. They finally invented an engineer that's stronger than Flamethrower. We're getting roamed on? He's roaming? Is that the same thief? Is he back already? Oh, he's gone. Good shadow portal. Great shadow portal. And then a second thief? Yeah, it's just 2 thieves. Okay. So, we need to pay attention here, because these thieves are going to look for anybody who's off stack here and just try and eat them whole. Like, Smith? Can't help him. Also, he's not my party, so it's not my responsibility. But any thick health bars that fall off tag, I'm gonna have to be the one who, like, dives in there to save them. Ideally, it would be somebody's primary support, because, like, I don't... Well, I should start an Earth. I can at least give a little stab here. So, Magnetic Aura, nothing. But, when we transmute it, 2 stacks of stability. So we can do a little bit of stab. It's not anything like a Firebrand, but it's pretty good in a pinch. So we're just going to hold Earth in case anybody needs stability. Our first one is Magnetic Aura, and then we transmute. That's stab 1. Stab 2, after we overload, we get an aura. That gives us a second transmute. And then third one, if we need it, is Aftershock, our stun break. Gives us a third transmute. So between those 3, we can do 2 stacks of stab, like every 10 seconds, every 12 seconds, something like that. It's not enough for full coverage, but it's good enough to keep people moving around. That's quite a bit of roamers. I'll go down there and help. That is like mostly my party now that I look at it. Here's your stab. Here's your super speed. And then if you just run, you should be fine. Give you a quick shocking aura in case they try to pick you again. Take one of those. I'm giving garbage stab. He can stay there. I believe. I'm not going to let you be garbage today. Yeah, I'm just going to roll Earth Transmutes up here. A little far. Shouldn't really need stab here. Like, nobody's close enough to pull. A catalyst doesn't have pulls. So we don't need to worry about getting yanked off this cliff face. But a thief is going to have something like scorpion wire if we're not careful, so we do need to maintain stab for them. If they decide to get any closer. I'll save you. Oh, shit. Hand raising? Don't let people get pulled here. Maintain a little stab. It's a good spike that they can do on one person. The problem is we've got like 20 people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a couple red roamers. Wall 4%. Wall is down. Let's maintain a little bit of stab running through here. Don't want anybody getting picked randomly. Up here we should be mostly safe. It's pretty difficult to get pulls going out of this tower. But let's make sure that everybody makes it over to us. The one spot we do have to be careful of is like this corner right here. But as long as we're in Lord's room and not standing on that corner, we should be fine. Air signet on Tex. Never mind, I missed it by like a quarter second. Oh well. God, I was gonna be so sick if it worked. Well, or just like better reaction time, which is like the rich man's quickness. Because I did just like look at him in downstate for 5 seconds and was like, I wonder if I can do anything about that. Anyway, Glyph 60. Getting into a land where and choosing Daredevil, two of the worst mistakes you can make. They're not even Daredevil, they're like base thief. It's not even like the disgusting stealth rifle build, it's just like disgusting normal boot guy. What is going on up here? Oh shit, bad man. I'm dropping. I'm following my commander. Rebounding. Nice grab well. So I can blast this once, twice, 3 times, but it's not going to be enough. Everybody just exploded there. We can roll some heals, but not quite enough. I will not disrespect Mist either. They won it fair and square. If we were a little more comped and a little more focused up, I think that'd actually kind of be an interesting fight. But I don't think that's really on their agenda tonight. I'll do like, oh, it sounds like, yeah, they're gonna take Bay and tag down, so that's perfect, because that was right about when I was going to end stream anyway. Sounds good. One of your first world versus world fights was versus a core necro. You thought they don't have a spec, it should be winnable. Yeah, and then you tried to get rid of like 55,000 effective health. Because base necromancer is like the tankiest spec alive. We're about to lose this camp. I'm trolling the ring. Untamed, he's going in. Good stealth. You're not going to make it that far, though. Can I get a cheeky line on you? Oh, that's devastating. Let's get line, get line. I get a mob you as well. You're not making it that far. Oh, he's back here still. Okay, we'll just finish that instead. Yum, 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 yum. So one of the reasons that I like Tempest, it does a lot. You have a ton of utility. You have a good movement skill in fire. You've got your staff 4, which is a dodge backwards, but if you just turn your camera away and then you dodge, it's like you dodge forwards. Obviously, you have like a million heals in your water. You can go 5 into 2, you can go 4 into 2, you can go 3 into 2. You can go 5, 4, 3 into any of the other blasts. They're all condition clears. You can overload water for extra heals. Your air has a stun and a knockback in it, and it also has super speed. So if you need to keep people moving or drop a bit of offensive CC, there you go. And then if you're in Earth, you've got an Emob on 5, you've got a line on 4 that CCs people, and then you've got stability on 3. You just have a ton of... We're going to die here. You just have a ton of tools available to you to help keep yourself alive, but also, like, contribute to your party. It's a neat build. I like it a lot. Strongly recommend support Tempest if you're looking for a fun support build to play. But it looks like they're going to be done, which means I'm also going to be done. We're going to go and find somebody else to raid, though, because I'm having a good time. So we'll find somebody else who can keep the conversation going, and then I will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, for some more... Well, actually, probably earlier than 9. We'll probably be back at, like, 7 to do a little bit of Mind Over Magic. We'll be back at 9 for World versus World. And then we'll see what we want to do after that. I'm going to send you guys over. Let's see what Malcolmist is doing. Is Malcolmist doing labs? Malcolmist is doing labs. Do I see anybody else doing world versus world? No. You know, we'll go say hi to Malcolmist. It's been a while since I raided Mal. /raid Malcolmist TV. Mal, as far as I know, not a world versus world player, but fellow ArenaNet main and extremely nice person. So you guys head over, say hi to her. Thanks for the follow, Logro. Thanks for the sub, Logro. I'll hopefully see you around tomorrow, Friday. We can talk about world versus world some more. You're also welcome to hit me up in DMs in the Discord or on the YouTube or for the VODs, which are more like non-world versus world stuff. So we're going to go say hi to Mal. I'll see you guys around tomorrow. But till then, hope you have a good night. And I'll catch you then. Take care.